Government wants flying taxis to take off in 2 years.
I saw a post about this.
Same.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense, but carry on.
So, the first flying taxi could take off in the UK by 2026 and become a regular sight in our skies for 2 years later. If a government announcement goes to plan. The Future of Flight Action Plan developed with the aerospace industry also says drones and flying vehicles will become more autonomous. It predicts that the first pilotless flying taxi will take off in 2030.
Well, in 24?
Right. Sorry?
I was saying, what year are we in? I was thinking out loud, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Experts say hurdles such as infrastructure and public acceptance need to be overcome first. There are a number of different models, but most flying taxis look like a futuristic helicopter and can usually carry about 5 people. They are part of a family of vehicles called eVTOLs, which stands for Electric Vertical Takeoff and Landing Aircraft. The technology for them exists now, but it's likely that the aircraft will start off as exclusive modes of transport, replacing expensive journeys currently done by helicopters. The Department for Transport also plans to allow drones to fly beyond visual line of sight, meaning the person controlling the drone cannot see it in the air. Some of the uses of unmanned drones include transporting medical supplies, delivering post in rural areas, and tracking down criminals on the run. Their use is still in early stages, but the plan suggests drone deliveries would be commonplace by 2027.
I see the drone delivery ones.
The delivery ones is common for the NHS, apparently, already trialed.
That's nice. Like organs?
Blood transport, I guess.
Okay, cool.
There's a trial in 2022. Biggest obstacles getting flying taxis into the air and infrastructure and public perception.
Public perception is a big one. So that I think I've said this on here before, that people who are working on like self-driving cars is like the biggest hurdle is humans. So the biggest issue with self-driving cars is that basically there's a lot of scientists have said like if they could click their fingers and people just weren't allowed to drive anymore and all of the cars were autonomous, no crashes would happen. Yeah. So all the cars would speak to each other and nothing would ever go wrong. But it's humans. The reason that AI cars are so hard to do is because they have to take in human, what they call it? Human error into consideration. So people just randomly changing lane and people running out into the street. And if that wasn't a thing, then automation would be fine. So I can imagine like Elon Musk went on a podcast one time and they were talking about flying cars. I think it was Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan asked him like, why is flying cars not a thing? And he basically said it's useless because if you look at, have you man seen like what the globe looks like with all the flight paths?
No.
So you can pull up images with flight paths and it's like, they're everywhere.
Okay.
So this is like in a day.
Okay.
And how many flights, yeah. And it's lines, you man. It's lines, and how they don't crash is, that red one there, click that, that's the one.
Oh, wow.
Bro, this is all the things. So like everything has to be incredibly specific.
Yeah.
Airspace is like a real thing. And even though when you're in the air, you look around, it's like, I see enough planes. It's like, bro, there's so many planes flying at one time. So like imagine that over one town.
Yeah.
So the only way that they'll be able to do it is automation, and it would have to be AI drones that will obviously have the flight paths and the timings all automated so that no crashes would ever happen. But if they were like ran by humans, bro, you'll be having crashes every day.
Yeah.
So that's why they say public perception is going to be the big one, because in order for this to be successful, it would have to be pilotless.
Yeah.
Right.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
It's an interesting concept though.
It is an interesting concept.
It is.
I also don't think, would you take it if it like 20, let's say they said 2030 is the plan, right?
Yeah.
2030, like mid-year, July, would you be on it?
I get in, there's just no one driving.
Yeah.
And it goes in the air.
Yeah.
I'll be scared.
I don't think I would do it for like a good 3 years.
Yeah,
so
I
like
would have to-
2033,
I'd
get all the tests out of the way,
Yeah,
get all the crashes out of the way, then I'll jump on.
Yeah, I think I'm the same.
I couldn't do it on the year of release. Never.
Early adopter.
Never.
No, I'm all right.
You man seen, obviously, speaking of Elon Musk,
Neuralink.
Huh?
You
The
can say
Neuralink.
Yeah.
Murked him.
Did it?
I'm sure he's paralyzed.
I thought he was paralyzed already.
No.
Was he paralyzed already?
We'll find out.
Let's Google it.
Let's Google it.
Because I saw Neuralink, I saw paralyzed.
Yeah.
And I kept on scrolling. I was like, charge.
Yeah. I think, I could be wrong. I think
saw him
the
playing
guy was
chess.
already paralyzed.
Okay. Yeah, it's this Donnie here.
Yeah.
Plays online chess. So 5 days ago.
Okay,
Paralyzed.
he
Below
was
the
already
shoulders
paralyzed. Okay.
After a diving accident. and
Okay,
received the
say
chip
less.
implant
Okay.
in January.
Okay.
He
I
was
take it
already
back then.
paralyzed.
I take it back.
Yeah, I think a lot of
Okay.
the first, because it was invented for like people with brain injuries and shit like that, and like neurological injuries, and also the kind of person who's going to opt to have a chip implanted into their brain, all due respect, is not going to be a normal bro who's just popping around.
Valid. Like test subjects would be someone that's
Quadriplegic
paralyzed, yeah.
Jones,
Yeah, it
who
makes
were just
sense.
chilling,
Makes
they might
sense.
be like, bro, save me. If this is an opportunity to get me walking again,
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Makes sense.
Yeah, size of a £1 coin. That's kind of big, you know.
That's weighty.
Yeah.
That's weighty.
Oh my-
You'd feel that.
Bro.
You'd feel that knocking about.
Yeah. That's scary.
Yeah.
Ah.
Wait, for example, the whatever in Switzerland has successfully enabled whatever his name is, who is paralyzed, to walk just by thinking about movements involved.
Bro, I don't
Interesting.
think we'll understand. This bro moved a chess piece with his mind.
Was it chess piece or the cursor? Did you say? Because
Because
I know
he was playing chess.
I know he was playing chess, but I'm sure you read he moved the cursor.
Says first brain chip patient plays online chess. Sorry. In a 9-minute live stream, use the cursor to play online chess.
Use in a live stream. Click that link, please.
We basically went from what we call kind of differentiating like imagined movement versus attempted movement. So a lot of what we started out with was attempting to move. So I would attempt to move, say, my right hand, left, right, forward, back. And from there, I think it just became intuitive for me to start imagining the cursor moving. Basically, it was like using the force on a cursor, and I could get it to move wherever I wanted. Just stare somewhere in the screen, and it would move.
He said
where I
imagine
wanted
it.
to, which was such a...
How sour? Thank you for that, Rem. How sour do you think this will turn?
It could,
Sour is
Yeah,
your turn.
it could
Yeah.
get dark. Yeah.
Like in terms of like all the Black Mirror, I was gonna say Blue Mirror, all the Black Mirror type, all this mind control, all this type of stuff. This is the start of it. How sour do you think it can get, or will get? Because this isn't gonna be smooth sailing. Let's be real.
It's not.
Let's be fucking real. It's not gonna be smooth sailing.
So the way I've seen him pitch it,
Who, Elon?
is that it increases the bandwidth of your mind as well. So the way
Interesting.
ultimately it's supposed to happen is ultimately you're supposed to have the power. Imagine anything you can do on your phone, you can do in your brain instantly.
Interesting.
So your intelligence is now through the roof. You can check this whole let's look at Google. You know the answer because you have access to Google in your head.
Interesting.
That's crazy.
Calculator in your head. Everything in your head. Anything that you can do on this, you can do in your head.
Interesting.
Like, bro, it's gonna be
That is scary.
crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's supposed to help paralyzed people walk. It's supposed it's supposed to do everything. So I reckon it's gonna get real sour.
He's also a innovator, man.
Of course.
He's changing history, bro.
He is literally changing history day by day.
Man said, imagine it. That bar scared me. Yeah, when man said, I was attempting to move the cursor and nothing was happening, then I tried imagination and it started doing it. Even though that's the desired outcome, I would tell him, take it out. You man, take it out. It's doing a madness.
I wonder how much it's going to cost. I wonder what how the procedure would be.
Backs, bro. If it final product, that's the thing as well, because this is one of the, like, rich get richer, poor get poorer. This is a perfect example, bro, where it's like, if it's a case of you can actually do all the shit you can do on your phone in your head, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
So it's like, they can charge $1 million for this. And then only people who can afford $1 million are getting it. And then they just get richer because they're all smarter. And people who can't afford $1 million, no one's getting it.
It's going to break society in a way that we've never seen. It will be like a movie type thing.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. There must be a movie already like that.
Oh, there's probably a million
Probably.
movies like this.
Probably, yeah.
There's this dystopic,
Yeah.
like half cyborg, hierarchical.
Yeah.
Like this is Matrix type stuff.
Yeah, it's long. It's interesting from like the outsider's perspective, but it's going to be long.
Yeah, bro. It's gonna be nuts.